Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healings. I'm Summer Avalon, and tonight is going to be a fabulous night. Got my little sidekick here, although I think he's sitting up but sleeping. Duncan. Dexter will probably make an appearance later. He is sleeping in his little dog bag. Oh, and there is a few people here already. Wonderful. So hello, Valerie. And Sissy. Sissy's here early. Great. And Paula, yes, it's going to be a fabulous night. I don't have really a lot to report. Just busy working on fun and interesting healing things. Although lately I've got two websites that I've been working on tweaking them and adding things. Oh, and there is Joanne. So if ever you're bored and surfing the internet, go to my website, especially the summeravalon.com, and let me know if you notice any problems, because part of it is, especially with your own stuff, like I learned this years ago proofing, that if I wrote things, I had a harder time proofing something than if like my boss gave me something and asked me to proof it. It was so much easier if it wasn't mine. Oh, and there's Anne Marie. Excuse me. So yeah, if you notice anything or if you have any suggestions, let me know. Um, the Summer Avalon website, I've used Wix, which for a really fairly easy drop and go kind of templates, it's not bad. I used to do my own coding, but I was horrible at it. And when things didn't work, it took me a long time to figure out why. And then my other website is rickylitbythelake.com, and that I've got on WordPress. And both Wix and WordPress have their good and bad things about them. But yes. Oh, and there is Joan. Joan, so nice of you to grace your presence on Facebook. Yes, who knows what this year will bring, if we'll be switching social media platforms. Oh no, that's not good. All right, so Jane's going to be first on the list. Hey, today is show number 83. Would you believe that? That's sort of a lot. I've been doing shows longer than having Duncan, because Duncan came part of the family last February, and it'll be May. May it'll be 2 years since I've been doing shows. Although just this past May, it'll be a year for YouTube. I appreciate that, Joan. But I just looked. I am so far away from, I think I have 19 subscribers on YouTube. I need 1,000. And then you have to have, I can't remember how many hours of video watched. Yeah, I think every month, maybe I have 2 hours watched fully, because it logs like every second. So, sort of crazy. So, anything new with anybody? I mean, I'm glad I can't believe it's February 17th already. The sun is getting so nice and bright and melting the snow because we've got a lot. But like this morning, it was below zero when I got up, and that's just very tired of cold weather. So at 10 after, we will start with our first healing pulse. Good, sissy. I know it seems like usually you're the one that's super stressed, so that's good. I'm very glad that you're having a good day. Yes, Valerie, very cold. Although I know for Florida, you guys have had some cold temps. Ooh, Joanne, freezing rain and snow. Sounds like a good day to stay home, right? So at 10 after, we will start our first healing pulse. Ooh, Valerie, that's not good. Is that what you want to work on, Valerie? Oh, 70 sounds wonderful. I know. I watch a lot of YouTube about people in Quartzsite, Arizona in their RVs, and I'm thinking, hoping that's me next year. But they're saying in the day it's getting up to like mid 80s, and for some of them that's a little too hot in an RV. But it's sort of funny. All a matter of perspective, right? So I did accomplish one good thing today. Joanne, you will appreciate this because I've been decluttering. So I have books and books and books and books. And so especially going to grad school, I have even more books. So I have actually gone through all my books. All my healing books are in my office. My graduate books I'm going to keep are less than a box full. And then I've got another box to go to Goodwill. And then I think I've got like 5 or 6 really expensive ones that I'm going to sell. So today was really a good accomplishment type of day. Just being done with the books. Because I got 2 diplomas in the mail for my MBA and my MA. So that was cool. So I guess I'm officially graduated. They can't take it back once they send out the diplomas. So there's Marina. That's probably good, Joanne. Excuse me. Oh, let's do our first healing pulse. Thank you, Marina. I appreciate that. And Paula, too. All right, so think about where you want to receive the healing energy. Is it somewhere where you have a pain or discomfort? Thank you, Sissy. Is it somewhere where you feel an emotion like anxiety, anger? Where does that live within you? So that's where you're going to want to send the energy. So I want you to rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And then the most important thing is be open and allowing. And I want you to just breathe that in. I have a healer friend who she had something to her hip. And we're acquaintances, I guess, not exactly friends. So I said, let's try something. And we had just been messaging on Facebook. So I sent her a healing pulse through Facebook Messenger. And it was pretty cool because it worked. So just breathe that energy in. Because part of it is you being open and allowing the energy to come through and to go exactly to where it needs to go. Imagine with each breath you take, the healing goes a little deeper a little further. Okay, so that was our first healing pulse of the night. Thank you, Joanne and Valerie. And there's Fred and family. All right, so we're going to start with Jane. And let's see, so I'm going to start with my typical negative beliefs. And let's see what's playing a role with Jane and her negative beliefs. You are welcome, Valerie. So let's see. All right, so if you hear dogs barking, it's because they think something's going on outside. All right, so for Jane, I am stupid. That's not a good one at all. Let me get an age on that. So Joan, I don't know if she's going to watch the replay or if you'll need to write this down. Hey, come here. You don't need to bark. Oh, yes. Why don't you sit down? No looking. Come on, Duncan. I can't muscle test like that. Okay, there we go. All right. Round age 36 for Jane. So let's go ahead and release that. So have people been experimenting with releasing your own stuff? Oh, good, sissy. That is a very good sign that you're yawning already. Ooh, and what's going on with Anne Marie? Oh, wow, Anne Marie. That is so wonderful. All right, Paula, so I'm going to add you to the list for feeling lonely. All right, so Sissy and Marina too. So let's see, Marina. Ooh, Marina, that sounds like a good one. So belief that is hardest for you to confront. Yes, working on yourself sometimes can be pretty painful because sometimes some pretty unpleasant things come up. All right, so Sissy energy. Hey, hey, get over here. Come on. And you little dog over there with the big mouth, come here. Dexter. Yeah, this is, they've had a few weeks, I think, where they were actually really good, weren't they? Sorry. Oh, yes. You should just sit down. They even got extra things that start with a T today. I say it, they'll think they're getting something. All right. Okay, I think they're mellowing out. I don't think I've missed anyone. All right, so if I missed anyone, let me know. So far, Jane, Paula, Marina, Sissy, Joanne, and Anne-Marie. All right, so Paula, you're next. Let's look at negative beliefs that are contributing to you feeling lonely. Ooh, I am flawed. Let's get an age on that. That definitely is not helpful. Around age 16, Paula. Let's get rid of that. So, and for those of you who are practicing releasing, release it along with me. So that released and the voids have been filled. All right, so with Marina, we're releasing the belief that it's hardest to confront. No, Valerie, I think my last question to you was, did you want to work on UTI and kidney issues, or was there something else? All right, so Marina, let's see. I am unimportant. Another one that, well, all these are not good, but let me get an age on that because that's playing a role. All right, Valerie, I've got you added to the list. Let me get an age for Marina. 19, Marina. Let's get rid of that. Because that belief always keeps you less than. Definitely not something good. Okay, so that released. All right, Sissy, you are next. We're working on trying to get your energy up. I am unattractive. That is not a good one either. And I've met you. You are very stunning. And I especially liked it. Sissy has the most amazing hair. Sort of, my grandma had really white, beautiful hair. And it was just something that other people would just love to have. And a great smile. So, yeah, I don't believe this one at all. But we all have our moments where we don't feel either attractive or smart or good at certain things. So this definitely we need to get rid of. So let me get an age for that. I'm 29, Sissy. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so that released and the voids have been filled. Joanne, you were next, working on feeling inadequate. Oh, hold on. There's a little doggy that's. Are you going to get in there? All right. The full moon was last night, wasn't it? All right. So let's see what Joanne's negative belief is. Ooh, Joanne, I am out of control. That doesn't sound like you at all. All right, so let's get an age and see if there was something going on. Oh, sissy. Well, I cleared it, so that is going to be just gone, okay? All right, so let's see when Joanne was out of control and just wild. Around age 26, Joanne. That I can't imagine, but I think we all have our moments. You are very welcome, sissy. So I'm going to release. I'm out of control for Joanne. So that did release. And the voids have been filled. Next, Anne Marie wants to work on focus. Look at my list. Joan, did you have something we're going to work on? All right, so let's see. Anne Marie. I am helpless. Let me get an age on that. It's totally dark out, but for some reason there's a dog outside barking its fool head off. So my little dogs think they need to do that too. Come on, you two. Come on. Duncan and Dexter, come on. Why don't you sit down? 28. I am helpless, Anne-Marie. So let's get rid of that, because that isn't helpful either. So that did release. Just going back and seeing. Interesting, Marina. So yeah, I think that's a really important one to clear. And if you've got other instances, see if you can clear it yourself too. Because the problem is, if this is for a certain event, what if, say, you're dealing with situations that just keeps repeating? Oftentimes that will cause it to be trapped, multiple times. Okay, so Valerie, UTI and kidney stones. Let's see if there's a negative belief about that. I am a mistake. That's not a good one either. Let's get an age on that. Sorry, there's a little dog here that thinks she's got a burrow in the blankets because he's cold. 26, Valerie. So let's go ahead and release and remove that. So I'm getting that released and the voids have been filled. So let me just go back and just make sure I didn't miss anyone, because I think I've got most of you on my list. Oh, good, Joanne. I think I've got everybody. The only one that said hello All right, so Joan has to go walk the dog, so she wants to work on attracting healthy relationships. And if there's anyone else out there, hey, Duncan, no. Attracting healthy relationships. Anyone else out there, especially new, if you put something in the comments and I overlooked it, because there's been a couple times where it scrolled a little quickly when I was writing or doing something. All right, so let's see here. All right, so hey. All right, so here's for Joan. I am nothing. Let's get an age on that. Who else had that? Oh, I guess no one. But that's come up before for some of you. Let's get an age for Joan. 29. Looks like late 20s. For those of you who are older than that, that's sort of the theme for tonight, that age. So Joan put in a request for you, and so I did you first. So this is your negative belief that's affecting you being sick, and it's the belief I am stupid from around age 36. Okay, so it is 7:30. Let's do a healing pulse. When we come back, we will work on releasing negative emotions related to your issue, and then we will work on reinforcing a positive belief that will help you. All right, so, and I think this time let's do some breath work for those of you who notice a difference with that. So think about where you want to receive the energy. And Jane, if you're going to hang around, think about where you're feeling particularly sick. Is it like your stomach? Is it your head? Is it your chest? So I want everyone to rub their hands together. Place your hands exactly where yes, definitely very good that it was released, Jane. All right, so place your hands exactly where you want to receive the healing energy. So maybe your throat or your head. All right, so with this, imagine my hands on yours, so you're receiving your own healing frequencies and mine too. With this, each breath in, the healing energy goes a little deeper. And so we're going to do the box breath, where you will breathe in and hold it. When you can't hold it anymore, release it, and then hold the release. And when you need to take a breath, do so. You can in and hold. And out and hold. In and then hold. Out and then hold. Okay, that was Healing Pulse number 2. Let me know how you guys did. Next, we'll go to those negative emotions. Got 3 pages full of them. So let's see what comes up. So Jane, you are first, looking for things contributing to you being sick. Let's see what comes up. Smothered Jane. Let's get an age on that. Around age 13, Jane. So let's go ahead and release that because that's not helping you. Yes. So somewhere in 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there. That did release and the voids have been filled. Paula, you are next, looking for underlying reasons why you're feeling lonely. And I want to thank Paula because Paula and Marina, both of them in the last week, wrote me some really nice review on Google, which I shared on the Facebook page. So thank you both. Fabulous. Really trying to get the word out, and through Google it helps a lot. So I appreciate that. All right, so let's see. Paula, puny. Let's get an age on that. I think that's come up for one other person. I just think it's a weird name or a weird word, puny. I hope it helps too, Marina. But I like it because each review just tells something a little bit differently because everybody experiences a session differently, and even multiple sessions, they're always a bit different. But it gives people a better idea of what to expect, I think, or what could happen. All right, so puny, what age is that? Age 6, Paula? Were you just itty bitty? Oh, I did not know that, Paula. Are you sensitive about your size and being puny or small? So I'm going to go ahead and release that because sometimes or somehow it's playing a role. So that did release. Marina, you are next. Curious what comes up for Marina because Marina wants to work on a belief that is hardest to confront. So we're going to work on a negative emotion that's hardest to confront. And let's see what that is. Nervous. Do you get nervous, Marina? Let's see what age. Interesting, Paula. Sometimes there's, I think we've talked about this, where there's an obvious correlation between what comes up and your underlying and your issue. but I guess we'll have to see if something comes to you or things come to light. Oh, there's Joan. Hey, Joan. All right, so Marina, I'm working on age for nervous. Age 7. Wow. Let's get rid of that because that's not helping you. So that did release. All right, next we've got Sissy. Sissy wants to work on more energy. I wonder if nervous plays a role in anxiety, though, and panic. Because it's sort of like when the nervousness builds, it turns into anxiety. So keep an eye on your anxiety and see if it maybe is lessened a notch. That's my hope for you. Sissy, sour. Whenever I try and say this, I always screw it up the first time. It's sorrowful. All right, let's get an age on that. Yes, maybe Marina. That's just my thought on it now, but you'll have to think about that. "23, Sissy. Let's get rid of that. All right, we got Joanne next. Looking for underlying reasons why she feels inadequate. Sinful. Let's get an age on that. That's interesting because you had out of control before. I wonder if sinful and out of control go together. So let me get an age and see. We'll see if it's the same age. And it is 26. Let's release that. So that did release. Anne Marie. So Anne Marie wants to work on being more focused. See what comes up. Mocked. Let's get an age on that. 19, Anne Marie. Let's get rid of that. So that did release. Valerie, you are next. And then Joan, and then we will do our next healing pulse. All right, so Valerie's working on UTI and kidney stones. Narrow-minded. Let's get an age for that. That's not typically something I would associate with you, Valerie. So 17. So maybe it's not so much narrow-minded, but at that age, we knew everything, right? So releasing and removing narrow-minded. The voids have been filled. All right, Joan is working on attracting healthy relationships. So let's see what is playing a role in that. And it's the feeling of uneasy. Let's get an age. Yeah, Valerie, I checked to see if it was someone else's just because it didn't really sound like you. And I got this as yours. So I do think it's maybe not exactly being narrow-minded because, especially with a little one word, there's different interpretations. So if ever I pull something that isn't exactly right, it might be just a slightly twisted definition. And so, like with Valerie's, narrow-minded at 17 can be a few different things, I think. All right, so Joan, we're working on uneasy, so let me get an age on that. 19, Joan. Let's get rid of that. That definitely not helpful. So I did release. I think that's a good twist instead of narrow-minded, Valerie. Perfect. All right, so uneasy has released for Joan. And let's do our next healing pulse. So if you don't really know where you want to receive the energy because you've received it a couple different places and you're feeling okay, I suggest sending the energy to your head or your heart. Otherwise, continue doing it to the places that you have done the first several healing pulses. So rub your hands together, place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And then just be open and allowing the energy to flow. With each breath in, you are allowing it to go a little deeper, a little further, really allowing the healing to happen. Well, hopefully this will help, Anne-Marie. Just breathe that energy in. Okay, so that was healing pulse number 2 for tonight. And next, we are to my favorite part of the night, and it's doing the positive emotions. So let's see what comes up for each one of you. Yeah, definitely sort of fun. Okay, let's see. All right, so Jane, you're first. And let's see what comes up for each of you. Ooh, Jane. It's the word sensational. That is cool. So, as what I've said in previous weeks, if someone else has a really cool word and you want to take it, Last week I taught you how to reinforce these words in you yourself. So if you hear one that you really like, you know what to do with it. All right, so I'm going to reinforce Jane's being sensational, because she is. Even though she doesn't really feel it right now because she's sick, she is. Okay, Paula, you are next. Let's see what comes up for Paula. Ooh, unique. Paula, that's a nice one. All right, so reinforcing that. Good, Jane. I think you are fabulous and sensational. All right, so Paula, I am reinforced unique for you. And Marina, you are next. Ooh, vital. I like that for you, Marina. Marina is definitely vital. I do too, Paula. That's a cool one. And vital, that's really a cool one too. All right, Marina, so I've reinforced vital. All right, Sissy, you are next. Ooh, popular. That's a nice one too. Let's reinforce popular. No, that definitely is something not expected. So maybe I think sometimes things come to us to help us be more aware. So maybe that's something that you need to bring into your life, Marina, being, just a little bit more vital and alive. All right, so Sissy, I've reinforced popular. You are very welcome, Marina. All right, so Joanne, you are next. Respectful. Not quite as fun as some of the other weeks that you've had, Joanne, but none of these are terrible, right? Because they're all a positive thing. And so with this, it's not just you being respectful to others, but others being respectful to you, which I think is important, right? Okay, so that reinforced. All right, Anne-Marie, you are next. Open-hearted. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, so let's reinforce that. So it did reinforce. Okay, Valerie, you are next. Let's switch pages. Ooh, exuberant. That's a cool one, Valerie. I know you haven't felt like it lately, so maybe this will help give you a boost. So I'm going to reinforce that. I do too, Anne-Marie. Okay, so that reinforced. Joan, you are next. Switch back page. Secure. Not the most fun or exciting, but you know, I know you've been job hunting. That that might be something to be excited about. So let's reinforce that. I do too, Valerie. I mean, most of these, there's a few that aren't quite so fun. I admit that. But what if, especially the ones that didn't get a really fun one this week, what if you sort of borrow some of the others that were sort of cool? Make a list and reinforce them within you. So really feel those emotions like exuberant. What if you truly were exuberant? What would it feel like? Where would that live? And when you think about it, does it make you smile? And because some of these, they're just sort of, I mean, when you're exuberant, I just imagine you being just full of joy. So, and like something like unique, I just imagine like Paula smiling because she is just a unique breath of fresh air. Yeah, it's cool. Very cool. Fun, fun, fun. So we are going to end the night with, we'll do the aura strengthening, and you'll get a week's worth of healing pulses to go. So let's rub our hands together. And then if you are using the healing pulse energy, make sure you set the intention that you're bringing it in and imagining my hands on yours. Otherwise, if you're just using your own frequencies, which I highly encourage you to get used to working with your frequencies, you're just using your own energies when you rub your hands together and activate it. So let's start beaming the energy to your aura. Imagine the energy strengthening your aura, making it thicker, more protective, repelling negativity. And especially if you know you might be in negative situations or around negative people this week, imagine that you've added sort of a reflective mirror-like coating so that anything that is sent to you, or say you walk into a room with some negative people, imagine that it just bounces off of you and goes back to them. So that was our final energy of the night. Let me know how everybody did tonight, how you're feeling. I hope it was helpful. I am going to start working on the auras that people signed up for next week, or this next weekend. Let me just see. If you are not on this list, let me know. We will be doing a Zoom meeting, and I will be emailing out aura reports. And I think with that, I'll give you a scale of what each of your chakras are at. And then I will also run a scan on your lowest chakra. And so right now I'm doing that for Paula, Marina, Joanne, Anne-Marie, Valerie, Sissy, and Joan. Oh, good, Jane. So let me know if you are not on my list and I should run a report for you and invite you to the Zoom meeting, which I have not decided when it's going to be. So we will see. And there are a few of you that are doing the Reiki share with me because you have Reiki training. So I will resend out the Zoom link for that on probably tomorrow for Saturday. If any of you have Reiki training that I am not aware of and I have not invited you to a Reiki share, please let me know. You do need to be at least Reiki 1 to do the Reiki share. So yes, I really hope everybody had a good night. I did too, except for the little dogs. I don't know why there's a dog outside barking, and so they thought that they had to do that too. But yeah. Yes, and Jane, I know you enjoy the healing pulses to go, so definitely use that, especially when you're not feeling good. So as I said in the beginning of the call, they work really well, even through text or messenger. But part of it is that they need the negative or need the basic belief in it too. Thank you, Emery. Have a good night. Good night, Marina. You're welcome, Paula. You're welcome, Valerie. Good night, Marina. And on that note, I am out of here. I hope to see everyone next week. And for those of you with the aura, I will be in touch sometime before next Thursday with more information. But I hope everybody has a really good week. Bye.